social media etiquette. Why it's important to know how you are affecting others and how others affect you. Right, social media is a fantastic tool, but it also can be a weapon, depending on how you use it. Most of us enjoy social media for the fact that we can sit in our homes and we can tap and communicate with people. Well, that communication can be good and well, but then it can also work against us. Social media can affect you negatively or positively, depending on the thoughts that you have at the time when you were experiencing social media. For example, if you go on there and you see something and you don't like it, or you're frustrated, or some friend of yours is saying something or doing something and you really don't appreciate it, it can leave you feeling quite frustrated, angry, anxious, hurt, what have you. And people do some crazy stuff on social media to make their point come across. This is why I say it's important to know how you are using it, because if you're using it to hurt people, or you're using it to make a point about something which is indirectly to hurt somebody, then that's quite unhealthy. Social media could be used as a mask, something to hide behind. Some people use it to berate other people, say nasty things, do nasty things. Some people use it for good things. Some people use it to watch other people. Some people use it to live the life that they know that they cannot live. Some people use it to connect. Some people use it for the fun. What are you using it for? Are your reasons healthy or unhealthy? If you're there to berate another person or out another person, is that really healthy? If you're using it to stalk somebody, is that really healthy? What are you using it for? That really is the question. Not is social media bad, but what are you actually using it for? Now, the problem actually isn't social media. Many people say, oh, social media was bad, social media is this. Social media actually isn't the problem. It's how you use social media. What are you using social media for? Is it to hook up with people? Many people use it for that. Is it to live in a way that you think is real because you're not happy with the way that you actually are? Are you connecting? Are you enjoying the videos? Are you using it for media information? I mean, what are you using it for, really, should be the question. When you answer that question, this is when you start to figure out if you're using it in a healthy way or not. We are perfectly imperfect because we're human. So we do have defects and we do make mistakes. So when we're online and we're trying to demonstrate ourselves as being ultra perfect, only showing our best side, when we come to the reality of seeing ourselves in the true form, we fall short and the anxiety sets in because we're worried about how people are going to receive us based on how we portray ourselves on social media. And we've all heard the horror stories, the catfish, she didn't look nothing like how she looked when I was speaking to her online, or he didn't look like that, or he's going to be completely different. This is because we get to create almost like an avatar of our true self. Some people use social media as a means to demonstrate how great their lives are because it's actually not as great as they wanted it to be. So if they have an avatar which looks really beautiful or wonderful and they're showing pictures of themselves and they're doing great things, then ultimately they're great, but they're behind a screen and it's virtual reality. It's not completely real. I mean, it is real because you've done it, but it's not true to your exact life, which is the problem. And this is where the stress sets in, and this is where we allow social media to take over our lives and cause us problems. Now, there's nothing wrong with having an avatar of yourself. It's not a problem, but it does become a problem when your true self is hidden and the avatar is the only thing people see, and then when they meet you, they see you and not the avatar. The reason for this is when we're behind a screen, behind our phones, it's easy to tap in and do whatever you want to do and tweak and twerk and change stuff out and feel kind of empowered because you're behind a screen. But ultimately, you've still got to live with yourself. And that's where the stress comes in. That's where the problem is. It's common to become confused by somebody somebody's virtual self and their real self. I don't know if you're familiar with that advert where there's that guy, he's got his virtual self and his true self. And his true self wears glasses, but his virtual self doesn't wear glasses. Almost detailing that it's a defect to actually wear glasses. So when you're online, you don't wear glasses. Well, if you just wear glasses, you just wear glasses. You can always wear contacts, can't you? There's a real need to demonstrate and portray ourselves as being ultra perfect when we are online. Now, this is just a platform for anxiety. So how do we know if it's being used as a tool or if it's working against us? That's pretty much in how you feel when you are on social media, okay? Now, there are many people who find social media to increase their anxiety or feelings of negativity because they are on it, and while they're on it, they're looking at others and comparing themselves to others, or they've created a virtual self which is so far removed from who they are that they stress themselves out because they don't meet that standard. So if social media is a tool in which you use to connect or focus on or work with, then okay, it's a positive influence in your life. If social media is a tool so that you can cause harm or distress to another person, but then you got some issues going on there. If social media causes anxiety because you're comparing yourself to others and you're using it as a tool to berate yourself, well, that's not so healthy either. So how do you use it? That's what's important about social media. Just like the same thing, how do you use your car? Where do you drive? How do you use your legs? How do you use your brain? How do you use social media? It is really your choice. Is it healthy?